Make an individual ticket for each case? So be it. Setup. We have been having constant issues with a certain service acting nonsensically for like a week now. We have forwarded it to the ones responsible for it. Shall be called L2 for simplicity and anonymity. And received their confirmation that they are working on solving it. Unusually, we also got info that even though the issue appears for masses of people, and they all get the exact same issue, it is individual, not systematic. So we should collect and forward each case to them. This is an unusual situation, to say the least. Furthermore, I see that my earlier tickets on the matter are now on L2 waiting status. Years of experience tells me that this means we will sit on it until the system in question gets decommissioned. Then ask if the issue still persists. That is not hyperbole. So there I was, yesterday 1,800 hours or so, crunching mail, when I realized that 2/3 of our inbox is filled with this now. No one wanted to actually bother with recording tickets for it, since it was obviously a bogus request. Shrugging, I drew up a template for it, and started pulling them in and submitting the tickets en masse. By about 20 or so, I get a call from L2. Highly unusual. They mention the mass of tickets, and ask me if I know that they know about the issue already. Oh, certainly. But my instructions are to follow your request and submit each of them for individual resolution. I can forward you the info we got before I start submitting the next batch if you would like. No, that won't be necessary. Keep up the good work. And so I did. Amusingly, by 0730 the next morning, we got a confirmation that they suddenly and miraculously managed to fix the issue. I am sure the thinly veiled threat of 100 more tickets had nothing to do with their sudden haste. Extra, they still managed to screw it up and say that one case was resolved. I notified the client. Then 5 hours later also say that that one is not resolved after all. SOP at lots of places. I was the local point person on some of those. Yeah, I could open a tickets, email and call, and nothing would happen. As soon as I start telling everybody on my team to generate a ticket each time a customer complains, the issue is addressed. Do that 2 or 3 times. All I have to say is, should I tell other folks on my team to start creating tickets for each customer complaining? And they address the issue. Sounds like HP support lol. The reason that something happens when you flood the ticketing system is because managers look at the metrics, and when they see all the open unassigned tickets they start asking questions. If there is only one ticket for a problem, even if it affects lots of people, management will probably not notice. It appears the service management processes for handling issues is flawed. Squeaky wheel gets the grease is a tried and true problem-solving tactic. I had that happen. Had a security group that had a policy that firewall rules were 1 IP to 1 IP in port and protocol, and had to have a ticket for each one. The ticket system has an API and I needed about a dozen ports opened up for one server to 3,000 so hosts plus the dozen ports, so I opened an easy ticket with all the info. It was rejected for the reason you would think, so I then wrote a script and opened 36,000 tickets. They complained and management got involved. I just told them I did what they asked. In the end they stopped that stupid ass policy. I applaud your genius. You made it their problem. I'm sure they wanted you to MC so they could MC as well. The lowly people can only MC until change happens and Manglement's light bulb being replaced by the underlings turns on. In every facet of tech that I've learned, The more individual tickets the better. Not only does it raise visibility to wider spread issues, but it's great to meet stupid metrics goals like MTTR. On another aspect, I like it to discourage individuals from dogpiling 6 issues onto one ticket. Having been on the other end of that, usually what's happening is there's a resource problem and the issue isn't being prioritized. The only way to get it to be prioritized is to do what you've been told to do. Chances are the tech's that said to send in an email per incident was also maliciously complying. This is what a mirror is for. Well done, op. It's amazing how shared pain motivates people. Oh, you want a ticket for everything? Are you sure? As you seem to have left the ServiceNow API available. So I can create tickets with a simple REST call. 0 effort to create the ticket. But you have to fill out all the close notes on each and every one. It wasn't a government by any means, was it? If it took until the next morning, I suspect that thinly veiled threat of 100 more tickets wasn't thinly veiled enough. I too have worked in tech support. Things like this are the reason I'm leaving tech support. Sounds like charter. Yeah, but what are your metrics? If it's number tickets closed, then more tickets is better. Lol. Sometimes there is something wrong. Everyone knows about it. Everybody complains about it. But nothing gets done. This is mostly because someone, most likely a manager, sees the one ticket for that problem, sees it affects that one user, and allocates it a low priority. As someone sitting at the end of that ticket process, I can't tell you how many times I've been pulled of a ticket like the one mentioned here because there is something more important to be done. By allocating a ticket per person per incident, it highlights that this simple problem is a simple problem for several people several times, which means its priority goes up. I call it, whoever is screaming the loudest gets help the fastest principle. Something I wish didn't exist. But it does. And it works.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.